am Penstar, and this is Hearthlands Strategy and Tactics Episode 3. So, as promised, we built ourselves our next housing block right next to this one. However, I want to point out a couple of things. One, the road links here, the little loops here, are not touching. Two, each block has its own set of tax collectors, constabulatories, libraries, temples, minstrels guilds, peddlers, and apothecaries. Now, the one way we are going to link them is, as much as possible, we want to try to limit our peddlers to just tapping into one storage. Now, that might not be feasible in the long run, but as long as we can get away with it, we're going to want to do it that way. So what we're going to do here to make sure that these guys have access to the same goodies that the others do is we're going to take a road. Also, I built the peddler and the apothecary on this side rather than the other. And also, I kind of put the library over here because these guys were taking up the room. Is we are going to snake it around here and plug it into here. So that way, they still have this detached road, but they can still get to here. It's a little bit further of a walk, but it's not debilitatingly long. So now we're going to get a nice wave of guys coming in here. Now there's a few other things we're going to want to do to make sure they grow quickly. One is that, wow, we got a lot of extra shipments of grain here. That's actually a really good thing. Having 2 extra shipments of grain, that makes me quite happy. That makes me extremely happy to have all that extra shipment of grain, because we can get up some farming goodness like right away, so we can start feeding the newcomers. So let's tap into our extra available shipments of grain, and I'm not going to buy the worst from here because, well, that's simply the worst. Sorry. All right, apples I'll buy. They're like the turnips, but we'll also buy the turnips. We want to sort of front load our food because we got another peddler to fill here, and maybe, just maybe, we'll buy we'll tap into another thing of wine. Well, actually no, we're actively producing it. We don't need to buy more wine. So since we're getting all of that up, we can get into some bread making. You need 24 of the grain to pick up on the bread. We've got a little left over here, but that's okay. We'll probably set up a farm of our own to grow some to sort of fill in the gap. And then eventually one of those 16s might turn into a 24, and we can turn off the tap on the other one. But for the time being, let's get into our thing. So bread making is also labor intensive, but it's kind of required, and in this case it'll keep everybody nice and fed. You need 1 mill per full 24 that you're going to be doing. And 1 bakery per 24 that you're going to be doing. Now the bakery does require logs in addition to the flour. It also requires water, which is easy enough and you don't really need a staff. I don't even know if it requires road access. Well, we'll just put it right here. Now we do need to consider that extra 24 use of logs, since our log income is already spoken for. Now our delivery of logs is only worth 16, not good enough. Although what we might want to do is let that sort of let that feed in, because we're not exactly dealing that much extra with that much extra wood here. So that extra 16 might help us out. It might give us exactly what we need. Because we already see some wood sitting up here. That's going to all be taken in here. Alright, we have a new clothing trade route, but again, I don't want to grow too quickly because that will start inviting bad guys. We haven't got our squad up yet, but we will, in time. With extra workers here, yeah, we'll be able to work all of these extra buildings. And we have our first archer. Okay, now, very important event, getting your first archer here. Or your first military troop of any type. In our case, it's the archer. So there's a number of things. First off, we can pick up that item that was left on the ground here by that goblin. And that will send him out. And it'll ask us if we want it, and we say yes. Yes, give us that furniture. Now, there's other things that you can pick up. More important things that you can pick up. So at this point, you're going to want to scout around, because there's one more thing that spawns on the map that I didn't mention in the first episode when I talked about spawn spots. It's not super important that you settle near these things, because you can just send your troops where they need to go, and that is goodie pickups, and these are random. Now, I've already done a little scouting around here, and I've found several of them. The closest is this book right here. This will give us a crap ton of research if we collect it. We're going to go collect it. Yes, that wanders us near the enemy here, as long as you do not attack, or tell your guys to attack the building. They will not attack it, and that will not cause guys to spawn automatically, which is good. Boom! 1691 science. We can now do a science. Now, there's a couple of different thoughts about what flavor of science to do. These are all of our civil sciences here. Building quarries, HP of fortifications, distribution, logistics. The speed of haulers isn't too bad. Charisma, the amount of fame, you know, basically getting all the other stuff. All of this is customs, which allows you to trade more. Bonus opinions. Bonus from gifts. And military tech as well to give your guys some more stuff. Right now, we need economy, and our most desperate need is workers. Diligence gives us more workers, 5% more workers. It takes a little tiny dent into our penalty, but we need everything we can get. Boop. We have done a science. And as you can see, each level drastically increases the amount of stuff you need to unlock it. Now, the other thing we can get here is mining. That's a distinct possibility that I will ponder. I'll hold on to it for now. But there's more to collect. So, scouting around here. Where is it? I saw it. Aha! The sword and the stone! That gives us fame. And once we get our fame, once we get ourselves some fame, we'll have more goodies coming in. Meanwhile, our settlements are just, well, getting settled here. Ooh, new trade route planks. I could buy them straight up. That's not bad, actually. But we want to focus on our guy, because we don't want him wandering off and attacking something, because that would be bad. Alright, when guys get added, the squad always travels as a whole, so he's automatically going to go where I told the first guy to go, which is fine. Ah, here's the other thing, the other reason why I wanted this. We've got pollution. I was hoping that, dang, it's not a fun place to have it, especially because they can poach our guys. Okay. Dang it, I was hoping we could pick up all of our stuff before those bastards spawned in. And that is a really unfortunate place for them to spawn in. Because unfortunately I can't tell my other archers to go over and tackle them. But it takes them so long to get to these places. Oh, I'm going to let him get to here first. Let me just observe the guy's behavior. These little sewer turd monsters.
Yes, my lord.
We'll send them over here just in case. Hopefully these guys don't attack buildings, but they do attack walkers if they wander too close. So I hope they stay there. I'm going to bank on them staying there, which means I'm going to continue my hunt, and I want to pick up that. Oh, buddy. Move over here, please. Alright, now...
Here, my lord.
Boy, we're making those quick. This is a big block of magic, and this is extremely useful in emergencies. I'll show you why in case we ever get into an emergency, but it's really, really important that we get it. But there's a bunch of other goodies that we want to pick up as well. And since those guys are not making a nuisance of themselves and are not murdering people in the face, this is a treasure chest. Wow, that is quick. We're making them right quick.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, so treasure chest, and treasure chest. That's the last of the pickups. So once we gather all that, we can send our guys back home and we can go deal with those turd monsters. Oh, tax our population. We have hit unemployment and our population continues to grow. Thankfully, these guys are mercifully not eating all of our immigrants. That would be just a wave of not goodness. I'm still going to kill them, and they're going to continue to spawn. They're going to continue to be a thorn in my side. But I really wanted to make sure we get our guys out and exploring. If I did my order of operations a little bit better in the future, I would wait to build my second build out. I'd wait to get my first archer and get him do all the exploring first. Alright, you guys go home. We've got our pickups. We have our money replenished here, thanks to those treasure chests. Now, one other thing we could do here. Since we can have the ability to buy planks, we could turn off buying logs. We can buy the planks. The planks will be specifically for our archers, which means we can turn off buying them, which means we can get another carpenter going and get more furniture produced, because I have a feeling we're not quite making enough. There we go. Also, how are we with workers? We have some unemployment. We can finally turn this thing on. I am comfortable turning it on.
I'm here, my lord. Orders. Orders.
Oop.
Yes, my lord.
Thankfully, you can't hit friendly troops. That being said, he's only a level 1 archer, so there's a good chance that he'll... well, we'll see if we can catch the goblin here. I mean, he's empty-handed, so... There, we got it.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, we don't have room for it because we don't have anything that is specifically stated to get that. So let's tell this to be able to accept grain, and then eventually they'll remind us, "Hey, we got this gift going. Do you guys want it or not?" And we'll say, "Yeah, we got room for it now." And now this will be our the permanent home for these guys, because we want these guys killing these little turd monsters. Actually, let's wait for a moment, please, so you don't just wander in there and get mauled to death. Could you spare us 8 loads of meat? We have 6. Yeah, we can do that. So here's what you do if you got a resource buildup. First off, we got to tell this place to accept meat because we have to stockpile it. Secondly, we are temporarily going to turn off our smokehouse so we're not using up the meat. And once we've got ourselves enough meat, we can send it off to our neighbor and then turn everything back on as if it never happened. So, slight dent in our food, and to make up for it, let's buy some cheese. Now, cheese is not as effective food-wise as wurst, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, I forgot to liven up this little area here. How dare me? Do-do-do-do-do-do. That will allow you guys to grow.
Orders.
Alright, now you guys will spawn here.
My lord.
Well, camp here. And we got plenty of food coming in, so we can turn off our turnips and apples. I think that's enough, and that's just going to take up room. Our watchman will take care of the freaking goblin. I'm not... Yes, accept the grain.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
Because he's slower when he gets weighed down by that. Alright, so we got a whole crap ton of grain here. And I realized I just missed the planting season. Well, that's okay. We'll pretend like there is a planting season and get another thing of wheat going up here. And then we'll just plant some more. 56 people, eh? Well, we're already importing more grain, so might as well. Let's just use the mill. And ourselves another bakery. Now another bakery is going to necessitate more wood. And at this point, I don't think we can get away with not buying the wood here. Oh, actually we can. We can get away with not buying the wood. We're not worrying about the wood. So that will keep our grain thing in check. And yes, we have our meat ready, so let's dispatch it. They are happier with us, so any trade deals are now worth more, and they're less likely to attack us. And now we can turn our smokehouse back on. Oh, and these guys killed all the turd monsters. They'll just sit out here, heal, and the more guys they kill, the more experience they get. So it works out quite nicely. And these guys are all leveling up here. Works out nicely. Now, one of the other things we can do here, since we picked up that sword in the stone, is we have all this fame. So let's look at the world map here. So here we are, Ficklewood. And we got all of our other nations around us. It tells us what our reputation are with them. There's also a couple of sort of boss nations. The Dragon's Lair. Yeah, they dislike us. But hopefully they don't invade us too soon. It's usually year and or population based. But look at all these people that are starting to like us more and more. If you mouse over it, or click on them, it will tell us exactly why. So we're the same culture and we've been trading like crazy with them. And you can spend fame to get even bigger bonuses. Now what we want to look at is who are we trading with the most? Which nation, both buying and selling. Because that will determine which nation we are going to want to butter up and give ourselves even better prices. So Dunley here, like they love us, so we're getting great price on the wine. We're buying planks from Dunley. We're buying wurst from Dunley. We are just doing all kinds of stuff with Dunley. Dunley, it might be worth it. Does Dunley have anything else? Oh, they want to sell us stone. Possibility. They also want us to sell them meat, even though they're making us wurst. That I'm not going to give up, because there's better things I can do with raw meat. But still, we're doing a whole crap ton with Dunley. And we're getting great prices here. So I would say it is worth our thing to spend some fame to further improve relations with them. Yeah, they're pretty wealthy guys too here. Can we send them a gift? No, I don't want to send them coins, and I can't really send them anything else because we're kind of using all of them. Certainly not going to attack them. So, and I mean, just having wealth on hand can be useful as well. So they got these two guys, but Innerhurst is the only one that really doesn't like us, but even them, it's not that bad. It's not that bad in terms of relations, so they're probably not going to attack us. So we're pretty friendly buddies here. Our money is doing decently well. We have fully developed our second housing unit here, and we are at 49 unemployment. So now is going to be the time when we actually get into clothing, because that will start getting everybody up higher and higher. And so in our next episode, we are going to invest in clothing and start getting everybody leveled up even further up. So if you like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!